Welcome to Saturday's first video. Firstly, we have a detailed update for you on the fighting which erupted on Somalia-Ethiopia border yesterday. And Ethiopian army, Ethiopian government claimed that in yesterday's fighting, three Al-Shabaab commanders had been killed. We were waiting for a message from Al-Shabaab. Now Al-Shabaab has shared some information. What is Al-Shabaab's position? Were three Al-Shabaab commanders killed yesterday in Ato? Secondly, what is situation on the ground now on Ethiopia-Somalia border? And did Ethiopian forces suffer any losses too? And what about Ethiopian attempts to create a buffer zone on Somalia's territory? We have a statement of an official of Bakul region of Somalia. Secondly, on the 26th of July, just 3 days ago, Egypt received a letter from Ethiopia about GERD, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. We don't know if Egypt replied or not, but Egypt now has written a letter to UN Security Council. What is this letter about? Thirdly, Ethiopian PM Abiy posted a new social media message an hour ago. He has not been seen in public for almost 3 weeks now. This is his second social media post since his disappearance more than 3 weeks ago. Under this message, an Ethiopian diplomat wrote a comment, a very interesting comment. Fourthly, we have a new story about inauguration of new OLA fighters. I have a clip for you. Interesting thing is these OLA fighters are saying something. They are being taught by their instructors. What are they being taught? People always ask, why is OLA fighting? What is the objective of this armed group? So this video explains what OLA fighters are taught when they undergo trainings. And lastly, Derartu Tulu, Ethiopian Athletics Federation president, reiterated her position regarding opening of road to Tigray. I shared a clip of Derartu 2 days ago. People said that the clip did not contain what I said. Now I have a clip with English subtitles. You can see for yourself what Derartu Tulu is saying about Tigray. What should happen? What is she recommending? Firstly, viewers, the first news story is from Ethiopia-Somalia border. On Friday, Al-Shabaab launched an attack on Ato town of Bakul region, Somalia's territory on Ethiopia-Somalia border. For years, there has been deployment of a Somali region of Ethiopia special forces to Ato. So Ato is being used as a buffer zone by Ethiopian forces against Al-Shabaab attacks. And this is the third attempt by Al-Shabaab in the last 10 days to hit Ethiopian forces. In the earlier two attempts, Al-Shabaab fighters attacked Ethiopian forces in Yid and Ato firstly, then secondly, Al-Shabaab fighters entered off their zone, and they tried, in the third attempt, they tried to enter Ethiopia through Firfir, which is on Ethiopia-Somalia border. So another attack on Ato town yesterday. There was heavy fighting. Al-Shabaab uses Ethiopian forces presence in Ato as a propaganda that Somalia's territory is under Ethiopian control. that Ethiopia is annexing Somalia's territories. Though what we have learned is that Ethiopian military's presence in Somalia is with the approval of Somalia's government. We have a statement we'll discuss in this video showing that local government is on board regarding Ethiopian military's presence in Somalia. So then Ethiopian government, Ethiopian National Defense Force claimed that 3 Al-Shabaab fighters, Al-Shabaab commanders had been killed in the fighting. And we know that Al-Shabaab fired mortars and Ethiopian Air Force became involved as well. Drone strikes and air strikes were conducted on Al-Shabaab fighters in Ato town. The 3 commanders, firstly Fuad Shankole, who is the main commander of Al-Shabaab, a preacher, and US placed a head money of $5 million on Fuad Shankole. That shows that he is a top Al-Shabaab preacher. Secondly, Abdul Aziz Abu Musab, who is Al-Shabaab's military operations spokesperson. Thirdly, Ubaida Noor Isa. Ethiopian government officially claimed the death of these 3 commanders. Ethiopian embassy in Djibouti released a statement claiming the killing of these 3 top Al-Shabaab commanders. We were waiting for some statement message from Al-Shabaab. Second commander, Abdul Aziz Abu Musab, a few hours after Ethiopian government's claimed, spoke on a radio station which is being run by pro-Shabaab sources. So it means that he is alive. He is not dead. Al-Shabaab has denied the killing of Fuad Shankole as well, main commander, but Fuad Shankole has not been seen. He has not been heard in any interviews so far. So let's see. Al-Shabaab has rejected the death of one commander because he has appeared in an interview on a radio station. Let's see, will 2 other commanders appear as well? That remains to be seen. Secondly, losses. While Al-Shabaab claims that it killed around 100 Ethiopian soldiers, Ethiopian National Defense Force claimed that it killed 150 Al-Shabaab fighters. Independent sources say that dozens were killed on both sides. More than a dozen burials were seen in Gode in Ethiopia, and dozens of injured Ethiopian government soldiers have been shifted to Jigjiga, capital of the Somali regional state of Ethiopia. It means that Ethiopian forces have suffered losses too. Al-Shabaab suffered losses too. Secondly, a statement from a local government official of Somalia. He is from Bakul zone of Somalia, Bakul zone, southwest state of Somalia, mayor of Hudr. Hudr is capital of Bakul region. And this mayor, in a statement yesterday, welcomed creation of buffer zone by Ethiopian forces in Bakul. It means that Somalia's government is on board with Ethiopian forces regarding creation of a buffer zone, and this buffer zone has been in place for years. Al-Shabaab uses this buffer zone as a propaganda that Ethiopian forces are annexing Somalia's territories, that Somalia's flag is not allowed in these buffer areas, and administration is being run by Ethiopian officials. Now, what is situation on the ground now? Reportedly, Al-Shabaab fighters, though they retreated from Ato, but they're not far away from Ato. New reinforcements of Al-Shabaab fighters have been seen heading to Atho. New attack on Atho has not been launched, but preparations are there. So we could see resumption of armed hostilities once again in or near Atho, or we could see infiltration into Ethiopian territories from Somalia by Al-Shabaab fighters. Overall situation is very tense on Ethiopia-Somalia border. Secondly, we have a new story about a letter written by Ethiopian government to Egyptian government. Egyptian government received this letter on the 26th of July, around 4 days ago. Ethiopia intimated in this letter to Egyptian government that Ethiopia was continuing the third filling of Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD. Did Egypt reply? We don't know. But Egypt has written a letter to UN Security Council. Egyptian Foreign Ministry submitted this letter to the President of UN Security Council a few hours ago. What is now Egypt's position? What does Egypt want from UN Security Council? Egypt wants UN Security Council to intervene. It says that Ethiopia is violating 2015 Declaration of Principles and it is unilaterally filling the dam for the third time. There must be a binding agreement which must ensure the protection of the interests of all countries and Ethiopia must be stopped from unilateral actions on River Nile. UN Security Council is not expected to intervene. There won't be any consensus at the UN Security Council because we know that China and Russia, they both back Ethiopian government. Though US has been trying to put pressure upon Ethiopia, US backs Egyptian government's position on GERD. US and EU both back Egyptian government's position on GERD, but China and Russia back Ethiopian government. So no action is likely at UN Security Council against Ethiopia, but third filling is under the dam. It has been confirmed now. Thirdly, was Ethiopian PM Abiy shared another message today. This is his second message since he disappeared around 3 weeks ago. 2 or 3 days ago, he in a message asked Ethiopians to offer gratitude to the Almighty, to be optimistic, to work for the unity of Ethiopia. And today, an hour ago, he shared another message. The message contains a link to a YouTube video. The video is about newly constructed Ethiopian Museum of Art and Science. PM Abiy is fond of mega projects. He thinks that mega projects are symbol of progress and prosperity. On more than one occasion, on several occasions, he spoke about mega projects which his government has completed and he projects these mega projects as an evidence that Ethiopia is on the right track, that it is moving towards prosperity and progress. Under the message shared by PM Abiy, an Ethiopian ambassador commented. His name is Suleiman Dadefo. He said, "Thank God you are back." Now, why did he say you are back? Where was PM Abiy? If he is in Ethiopia, why is this ambassador saying, "Thank God you are back"? Was he outside Ethiopia? You can see this message of Suleiman Dadefo, this comment of Suleiman Dadefo under the message shared by PM Abiy. So speculations are still there about the whereabouts of PM Abiy. Most say that he remained outside Ethiopia lately. Has he returned to Ethiopia? Still no confirmation. Fourthly, we have a new story about Oromo Liberation Army. I have a video clip for you showing OLA recruits who are receiving training. The clip is from Valaga. It's from West Valaga. Dozens of OLA fighters can be seen. People ask questions. They say, why is OLA fighting? What is OLA's ultimate objective? This video explains what OLA fighters are taught. They are taught that they are fighting for the liberation of Oromia. They are taught that they don't have heavy weapons, but they have high moral position. They are taught that they are the army of the people of Oromia, and they are fighting for a cause. Armed groups always have very strong ideologies, and their strength is their ideology. So you cannot say that OLA has no ideology. Yes, you can differ with it. You can argue if it is right or wrong. But OLA does have an ideology. That is why people join OLA. They are joining Oromo Liberation Army. Before showing you this clip, I have another clip for you. You can see both the clips together. Derartu Tulu, Ethiopian Athletics Federation president, 2 days ago spoke about the need for opening of road to Tigray. She said that Ethiopian athletes from Tigray who have won medals at World Athletics Championship, they must be allowed to meet their parents, and both Tigray government, regional government, Ethiopian federal government, they must ensure that these athletes meet their families. And a few hours ago, once again, she spoke. Now we have a clip of Derartu with English subtitles. She is saying that basic services in Tigray should be restored. Watch two clips. First one showing OLA's new recruits in West Valaga. Second one shows Derartu Tulu. Thank you for watching.
Duudhaaf aadaa Oromoo hin taane xaatii yookaan sigaaraa yookaan timboo yookaan haraqee aadaa waraana bilisummaa Oromoolee kan hin taane waan barte kaleessa hojjetaa turte sana irbuun galte si gaafata waanta ta'eef yaadachuu qabda. Namni gibbii kana yookaan mooraa kana keessaa kana godhu yoo jiraate inni ofiisaatii irbuu gale itti gaafatama. Atofii keetii irbuu galteen itti gaafatamta. Kanaaf waraanni bilisummaa Oromoo amma leenjaa jirtan waraana qube ጄኔሬሽን ታው ከሰም ቤተኒ ዛሬ ያወደስነው የትግራይ አትሌቶች ቤተሰቦቻቸው ይኑሩ አይኑሩ ይብሉ አይብሉ ይታከሙ የሚያውቁት ነገር የለም። ስለዚህ እዚህ ጋር ጥሩ ጎናቸውን ተቀብለን እዛ ጋር ያጉለታቸው መምራት ስላለብን እነዚህ አትሌቶች የምንፈልግባቸው ነገር ሁሉ አድርገው መንግስት ደግሞ እንደ መንግስት ከትግራይ ብሔራዊ ክልላዊ መንግስት ጋር በመነጋገር የተሻለ ነገር አድርገው ቤተሰቦቻችንን እንዲያገኙ የትግራይ ህዝብ ደግሞ የተሻለ የመሰረታዊ ነገር መሰረታዊ መጠቀሚያ ነገሮች እንደ ስልክ እንደ ማብራት እንደ ባንክ መሳሰሉት ነገሮች ቢያረግ ደስ ይለናል ማለት ነው። ምክንያቱም እዛኛ አሁን እነዚህ ትሪቶች ቅርብ ነው ያለውና እዛ ቅርብ ስትወጥ ተሳቀቃለ ከአንዱ ስታይ ተሳቀቃለ ሁለተኛው ስታይ ሶስተኛው ስታይ ብዙ ነገር ነው ያለውና እዛ በቅርብ ስናይ በጣም አስቸጋሪ ነገር ስለሆነ እኛም እስከመቼ ነው የምንጨነቀው ከነዚህ ትሪቶች ጋራ? ስለዚህ እኔ ህዝቡን በእናት ህዝብ ተነባት ህዝብ ትሆን ወንድሜስ ልጄስ ቢሆን ብለ ማሰብ ስላለብን ኢትዮጵያ መንግስት በካስፖርት ጋር ነው ማሳስበው ይሄንን ነገር ያረጋል ብዬ ገምታለሁ። እነዚህ አትሌቶች ልዩነታቸውን ጠብቀው አገራቸውን በሀገራቸው ጉዳይ ጠንክረን ይሄ ውጤት አምጥተናል። ይሄንን ደግሞ ልዩነታችን ደግሞ አጥበን መሰረታዊ ነገሮች አሟልተን እዛም ያሉት አትሌቶች ረድተን እዚህ ያሉት አትሌቶችን አጠንክረን ሞራል ሰጥተን ይሄንን የተሻለ አመት 2015 እንድንቀበል